this.
Thank you very much, Simeon.
A number of persons have reached out to me to say they are really interested in this, both in the workplace and in the media. However, this still avails us as professionals of Society of Petroleum Engineers, Section 103 Port Harcourt.
Hello, sir. You are far from your audio.
Is it better? Thanks, Simeon, for pointing that. Is it better?
Yeah, it's better now.
Oh, thank you. So this also avails us the opportunity to come together, check on one another, learn, relearn, and continue to journey in our understanding and exploring for energy. And who could do it better than the Society of Petroleum Engineers, where we've got all people from different span of life, from the subsurface to the surface, to the engineering, the finance, the commercials, come together to brainstorm. So I'd like to welcome you. You are in the right place. An evening that will be well spent. Thank you. Without wasting much of our time so we can cover lots of ground, I'd like to introduce you to the program of the day. We'll have quickly an opening formalities which cuts across the prayer and HSC, and a warm welcome from our session chair. Thankfully, I just saw her getting in. She's been very busy, but thankfully she's able to join us now. And then we'll go into the meat of the matter, handing over to the moderator and the guest speaker to do justice, whilst we retire back to complete the rest of our monthly technical meeting procedures. Thank you and welcome. Simeon, do we have any volunteers, or do we want to use the national anthems? Over to you, Simeon. Thank you.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace or battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hang on to our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
That Nigeria may be blessed. As law-abiding citizens we are, SPE, this is the new national anthem, and we'll lead from the front. I'd like to make welcome the YP chair to lead us through the safety formalities. Justice, over to you.
Good evening. Thank you, Dr. Jude. Please confirm you can hear me loud and clear.
No, not loud. It's a bit muffled.
Okay, so is it better now?
Trying, but yeah, we could manage if that's the best we get. Go ahead, Justice.
Today's MTM for the month of May. So for the meeting, we'll be exploring the following safety precautions. Yeah. So make sure you mute your mic when you're not speaking. that's during the section. If you want to speak, you raise your hand. You use C for comments and Q for questions. To have a seamless ride. Please, if you're driving, don't join the call because it's not safe. You may be distracted at some point, or you can park and join the call so that you can actually focus. Ensure that you can hear the fire alarm, that if you're using a headset. And also, you know, we need to be alert and however, environment. Make sure that you can see know what's happening around you. And lastly, always stay safe. So I'll stop here and over to you, Dr. Jude. Yeah, and I believe we'll have a safe MTM. Thank you.
Thanks, Justice. Safety comes after God. And please, let's take those words from Justice seriously and adhere to them. Next, I'd like to welcome Madam, the section chair, the chairperson of section 103, the arm, the mind, the brain behind all our exploits. Madam, welcome as you take the opening remark. Over to you, Madam Section Chair.
Yeah, Doc, please take it. I'm in transit, so my network is going
It's not
on
very
and off. Yeah.
All right. I hope I'm able to wear this big shoe. I'll try. And thankfully on the call to help me realign. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, on behalf of the section chair, I welcome you to this section 103 monthly technical meeting. The idea behind the monthly technical meeting is for us to connect, learn from one another. And in this case, we've got a leading presentation that will spur us into the discussion. The idea is that the presentation brings up discussion. So whilst we're on this call, let's engage with one another. And I'd like to thank the presenter and the moderators for stepping up to lead the discussion of this day. And thereafter, we'll retire with the rest of the program. Thank you once again, and I welcome you. And if you like what you see as SPE, a part of the session of today's Connect will give you and avail you the opportunity to be a member. And if you are here, we were once a member, I know that you will see a reason to continue to move along with SPE. Nobody does it better than SPE. Once again, you're welcome. Okay, that wasn't me. That was the session chair speaking. I hope I said what she would want to say. So let's switch gears quickly to this monthly technical conversation proper. And I'll hand over the mic to the moderator, who then will introduce the speaker and run with the session. Our moderator for this session is no other than Engineer Moses Alum, who's a petroleum engineer, undergrad in Photo and Masters in IFP, and is also currently pursuing a doctorate of business administration. He has over 13 years experience with 9 years spent in field operations inspection and asset integrity as an inspection method operation site engineer with Totals Energies, E&P Nigeria Limited, with interest in facility damage mechanisms and prevention, corrosion control, and mitigation. Moses' roles have equally covered subsea inspection, which obviously makes him the best for today's moderation since we're talking on subsea, functions on jacket legs and risers, cathodic protection, pipeline integrity, pipeline intelligent pigging, and anode installation via ROVs. I'll skip quite a number, and then I'll go to remind you that he has also attended several trainings in oil and gas processing, plants inspections, oil and gas commercial business operations, and negotiations. And he has been an active member of the Society of Petroleum Engineers International since 2003, with several technical papers to his credit. He is a registered petroleum engineer with current, a corporate member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and API 570 certified process piping inspector of the American Petroleum Institute individual certification program in Philadelphia, United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, the person that is moderating this session is well versed in the knowledge of engineering with special interest, as we've seen. If your hands are not busy, can we make welcome Engineer Moses Alum, the moderator of this event. Thank you very much and welcome. I'd like to hand over the mic to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Jude Osimobi. Thank you for that very warm welcome. And once again, welcome everyone to this month's monthly technical meeting for the SP Section 103. We have quite an interesting topic as well as a very, very experienced speaker. So I'll be moving straight ahead to introduce our presenter for today. If we can go to the next slide. So it's good to note that the sponsor for today's MTN is Technip FMC. And this presentation is from a member of Technip, Jonathan Ogbekilu. Jonathan is the technical manager at Technip FMC Nigeria. He holds a bachelor's degree in electrical and electronics engineering from Edo State University and a master's degree in subsea engineering from University of Aberdeen. Surely a very good fit for the topic of today. His interests includes subsea production control system, condition performance monitoring, and subsea systems engineering. Ogbekilu has 15 years of subsea industry experience, so I'm very happy because in the next 25 minutes or thereabout, he's going to transfuse the entire 15 years of subsea experience into every one of us, and we'll leave our subsea engineers too by the end of this evening. Of course, he has overall oil and gas experience of about 2 decades. Currently, he leads the industry side of the Master in Subsea Engineering program of the Offshore Technology Institute of the University of Port Harcourt. He is a registered engineer with Koren, a senior member of the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers Incorporated. And of course, he holds several other local and international membership of professional bodies, of which SP is one of them. So we'll make welcome Mr. Jonathan Ogbekilu. Jonathan, the floor is for you now to give us a representation of the day. Thank you.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Jonathan.
Good. I am just going to set up my PC to share the presentation slides. So please give me a few minutes.
All right, so while Jonathan prepares, it will be instructive to note that as the presentation is going on, if you do have questions or comments, you can drop it on the chat. We'll be taking most of our questions and comments from the chats, and maybe just 1 or 2 questions physically, rather just spoken through, but we prefer that you drop your questions in the chat and then we can sift through at the end of the presentation. So make use of that facility and we'll get back to you at the end of the presentation. Jonathan, over to you again.
All right, thank you very much. I'd like to get a confirmation that my presentation is online.
Yes.
Okay, good. A few more minutes, please. All right, good evening once again, everyone. It gives me a great pleasure to have the opportunity to talk around this subject or topic, navigating the challenges of subsea project execution in Nigeria with Technip FMC Subsea 2.0 and the CTO philosophy. Before we dive straight into the presentation, I'd like to issue a disclaimer that this presentation is only for informational purposes, and we consider this presentation as part of our IP, and so it may not be captured, recorded, or transmitted without the express permission of Technical FMC. Before I also go ahead, I'd like to confirm that my video feeds are online.
Yes, it is.
All right. I may have to switch that off if I run into any network glitch.
Okay.
All right. So this is our agenda for tonight. We will look at the Nigeria oil and gas industry. We will take a very quick snapshot overview of the Subsea 2.0 and CTO philosophy. And then we will look at the Subsea 2.0 product platform. We take a key products that are impacted by this change and take a high level look at them. And then we'll move on to optimized execution model. And lastly, we will look at how this has impacted subsea services. And yeah, so we'll roll from there. So starting off, post 2014, we know very well, being in the industry, that there was a downturn in the oil and gas industry. And that also was severely threatened by the coronavirus pandemic that slowed down the industry by there was very little energy demand, and so little demand for oil and gas products. While we were coming out of that, we also had the geopolitical crisis in Europe with the Russia-Ukraine issues. This also brought a twist to supply chain. As a country, Nigeria, we are in desperate need for foreign energy, you agree with me, to boost our economy. And this is also compounded by the fact that we are unable to meet our OPEC allocation, daily allocation of 1.74 million barrels per day production. And so more than anything, what we need as a nation today is the ability to tap the oil that we have down there, not just having the oil, but the ability to tap it and quicker. And that comes with shortening the cycle time between project award and first oil. Traditional subsea project execution, as we know it, takes a very long time, upward of 4 years, through from project award through engineering, procurement, manufacturing, assembly, testing, installation, production, of course. So Subsea 2.0 and the CTO philosophy comes with a promise to drastically reduce and overhaul this complex and costly process by lowering the cycle time. And this is taking advantage of pre-engineered solutions and products, which of course are in compliance with industry standard, and also not ignoring customer specification. And this comes with a promise of improved efficiency, reduced schedule slippages, and guaranteed cost control, and of course, reduced risk. So we look at the challenges in the industry. I like to look at it from two lenses, and one is the geopolitical lens, the issues that are very bespoke to us as a nation, and then of course the industry issues. So I look at the national challenges first of all. So in the last 10 years, there has been no investment in the subsea sector. You will all bear witness to that. The last major investment we had in the country was 2012, 2013. And since then, it's just been scraping the bottom, trying to clean up and intervene and stimulate the old ways that we have. In addition to that, there has been oil theft and pipeline vandalism. And you know very well that sometime 2 years or 3 years ago, there was an analysis that came out that we were losing up to an upward of 80% of our production to pipeline vandalism and oil theft. And this has led led us to a point where we are unable to meet our OPEC allocation. And this has also driven us to a very high inflation with the devaluation of our Naira. So these are bespoke issues that are, bespoke to us as a country, Nigeria. Now, on the industry side, we also have the exploration risk. And we also know that subsea is very expensive and has a long cycle time. It will take about 10x time, cost and risk to marinize the technology you have on the surface to be applicable in the subsea. And so that can be very significant. So we also have the twist, which comes with customer specification. These basically are not functional. In most cases, these are like nice to haves or bells and whistles that are specific to customers. This can bring an extended schedule to the cycle time. Of course, we also had the low oil and gas price, and this was compounded by the competitive shale investment. Shale had a quicker payback and lower risk. And so looking at these two challenges, we begin to see also looking at a solution that is also two-pronged. And so we look at a solution that addresses the national issues. Justin Trudeau, the PM of Canada, once said, no country would find 173 billion barrels of oil in the ground and just leave them. And that is absolutely true. Even though as a nation, we do not have half as near this amount of oil in the ground, we have a significant lot. And our growth as a nation, our development is hinged upon our oil, God-given blessing. And so as a nation, we have started to see just recently some wheel cranking activities to begin to move the oil industry from what it has been in the last 10 years to where we need it to be, so that you and I, who are the professionals in the industry, can be much more active, and the nation as a whole can begin to profit from what we have as a blessing deposited on our soil. And so we begin to see the government moving in the direction of waiving some fees, such as signature bonuses, fiscal incentives such as tax incentives, tax exemptions, and remissions. And this is contained in Order 40 of 2024. We also see the government moving in the direction of issuing presidential directives on reduction of petroleum sector contracting costs and timeline. All of these are happening, in a row this year, and we can see the first quarter of this year. And so we begin to see some level of attention given to the industry, some level of attention given to the problem, and we begin to see that these are going to unbundle and debottleneck the problems we have that are specific to us as a country. Now, on the technology side, technology company live by this mantra: innovate or die. As a technology company, you either swim or you sink. And so, as a technology company and a leader in our own sphere in the subsea industry, we have provided innovative products and systems and solutions that address the technical and the industry-specific problems that we identified in previous slides. So we have changed our operational philosophy. We have also taken advantage of lean system delivery. We have shortened the cycle time of our products, and we have removed the nice to haves and the customization by customers. All of these solutions and approaches are what we have taken and embedded into the products we call Subsea 2.0. And by the way, the fact that there is a Subsea 2.0 presupposes that there is a Subsea 1.0, or if you like, Subsea 1.5. And actually, there is. So being in the industry, you might have already seen the way subsea projects have been executed in the past, or may have seen subsea projects that can very well qualify as 1.0 or 1.5. So I won't go into that. So what is this Subsea 2.0 and what is this configure to order? So Technip FMC's Subsea 2.0 system and product is a configurable product platform with pre-engineered products designed to provide flexibility and that accommodates customer functional requirements, combining field-proven and new technologies. And of course, this meets industry standard. And this product platform is built using standardized component configured in a modular architecture. It's not an entirely new technology, it's just a reconfiguration of field-proven technology. Now, for the configure to order, it's an execution model or process where no product engineering work is required to deliver configurable products to our clients, ensuring quality and manufacturing, supply chain, and services are fully industrialized to deliver the value offered in the Subsea 2.0 brand. So we begin to look at the key attributes of this product platform and the execution model that we apply. So first of all, we have that it's a pre-engineered product. And also we have, I mean, that being pre-engineered means that at Project Award, there is no need for engineering. And if you are familiar with project execution, it takes a lot of effort to do project engineering. There's a lot of cycle time between, you know, deciding on, I mean, incorporating the customer specific designs and all of those specifications. We also have for the Subsea 2.0 predefined quality and surveillance requirements. We have pre-approved and qualified supply chain. These are the key attributes coming out from Subsea 2.0. And then we have optimized manufacturing with dedicated capacity, predefined and developed services. This concerns us very well. And then, of course, leading to a commercialized platform. You know, these key attributes has given us the benefit we have on the right-hand side, which delivering for us consistent and guarantee each other delivery schedule. And I know for operator, that is a significant, that can be a game changer for whether a project needs to go ahead or not, the delivery time. And so the other key benefit we have there is guaranteed cost control. So let's take a quick look at execution model between the 1.0 and the 2.0, looking at the schedule. For the 1.0 schedule, we have a very long break-even period, which is the time it takes for the operator to begin to reap the benefit of his investment or high investment. And of course, we have a very deep CapEx, which also represents a lot of effort on the operator before he starts to recoup. Now, in comparison with what we have on the right-hand side, with the gray line representing Subsea 2.0, we begin to see a shorter break-even time, a shallower CapEx, and the difference, which is the delta T there, like I said earlier, is a significant determinant, and that can be a go or no-go decision for whether to invest or not to invest. And that can also make or bring about a sustainable improvement in cash flow, which is essential to make Subsea attractive, and in turn risk reduction for us as a nation, and you know, begin to change the narrative that we currently have. The fact that this is a contractor-led initiative doesn't mean that we have thrown away operators' requirements or industry standards. No, our three components are compliant with the regulatory API 6A and 17D requirement, and our manifold products are also compliant with the API 17P, whereas our control system and metering products are compliant with the API 17F, and also for the qualification plan, that is compliant with the DNV recommended priorities A203. So let's take a quick overview look at the key products that have been impacted by this shift. So we look at, here we will be looking at the 3 products, the subsea tree mounted controls, and the manifold mounted control systems as well. And then we'll look at the manifold products as well. Again, just before we move into that, I'd like to also, show here what has made Subsea 2.0 a differentiated proposition. We have applied lean thinking to redesign our product to be smaller, lighter, and simpler, thereby making it easier to install faster and to configure, to manufacture, to assemble, and to test quicker. And we have also focused on functional requirements instead of prescriptive client specification. We have incorporated very limited new technologies, thereby removing the need to requalify these products. So these are basically existing qualified products from the industry. And we know that the industry is not such that jumps at very new products or new technology. It's a very modest industry. And so we have incorporated only very new technologies. Rather, we have reconfigured field-proven and existing technologies. And so we have integrated functionalities in product and system in such a way that we reduce hardware and eliminate long cycle time. Excuse me. And this has helped us to transform the value chain, leveraging on volume and developing a stocking program in cases for long lead items. And so all of these key attributes has helped us to shorten the cycle time, reduce some key attributes of the products, which have a multiple domino effect or impact on the subsea product during installation or support for life of field. So we'll move straight into looking at the key products. This will be a top level overview, not deep. We're not going to be able to be subsea engineers in today's session. However, we'll look at how we have repurposed our tree system with the applicable Subsea 2.0 attributes. So for pressure rating of our tree system, we have two broad categories. We have the 10K PSI and the 15K PSI, and we have the 5-inch ball for both the 15K and for both the 10K and the 15K PSI, and then the 7-inch ball for the 10K PSI. Now for the tree types, we have the horizontal and the vertical in the wellhead. And lastly, we have the vertical with the tubing head. So these are the two variants of the vertical tree types: the wellhead, the vertical in the wellhead completion type, and that's which happens with the tubing head. For the operating mode, we have the production, the water injection, and the gas injection. And for temperature, we have both the 300 Fahrenheit, 300 degrees Fahrenheit, and the 350 degrees Fahrenheit compatible Christmas tree, able to withstand pressure up to 3,000 meters and designed for 25 years. Now, moving on to control system, we have decoupled what used to be a single canister, as you see. Let me laser point my pointer. So you see these big orange canister. This is used to be the brain of the big yellow stuff down subsea. This is the control system. This is the computer that controls every process that happens subsea. It used to be a single canister. So what we have done is to decouple this canister. And by the way, this canister consists of the hydraulic parts and the mechanical part. The hydraulic part, the electronics part, and the electrical mechanical parts. So applying these philosophy, we have decoupled these one huge canister into three components, removing hydraulics. And now this becomes the hydraulic component. And this, which is the PCR, is the communication and the power and communication router responsible for interfacing with power and communication from the top side. And this one, this little canister here is the one that houses the downhole gauges, which is basically the electronics from the OEMs responsible for providing the subsurface sensors and valves and whatever else that goes in the subsurface. So in cases where you have multilateral well completions, so your interval well control valves control system will be housed in this little canister. So what this has done for us and for the operator is the ability to remove, the installation bottleneck, decouple the installation bottleneck we usually have with having to tie down the vessel time, having to tie down vessel crane. But with this decoupling, an ROV can basically handle these PCR or the PCROD, which is the downhole gauge canister, and install it without the need for dedicated installation tooling. And so for the hydraulic router, hydraulic control router, this is where the control system for the substitutory actuators and valves, or the manifold actuators and valves are controlled from. So moving on to the manifold products, we have that if you have ever seen a manifold, sometimes it can be as big as a plant. Some people can describe manifold as a plant. We have also decoupled that or demystified that, if you like, to remove lots of the weight to now have what you call block components. What this has done for us is these are prefabricated and they come in modules. So depending on what the operator needs, you can have a single header or dual header. Like in this case, this is a dual header, and we have the capability to do so for up to 8 slots. So for pressure rating, we have capabilities to support up to 15K PSI. Same thing with temperature. The ability to support up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And this manifold is able to operate up to 300 meter of water depth. And connection system, again, this is one key advantage of the Subsea 2.0. In the past, you can have products, you can have projects using multiple accessories, multiple connection system. In this case, connection system. You can have vertical connection system. You can have a ROV-con, ROV connection system, all manners of connection system, which can be just a means to satisfy operator requirement. But here, we have standardized on horizontal control, horizontal connection system, which is a Yukon H. This, you will see as we move down the presentation, it has brought a lot of benefits. And for the vertical connection system, we have standardized only on one product, which is the KRV. For the manifold valve actuation, we have 3 options. We have the manual. We have the manual with electric, which can incorporate the generation 2 electrical actuator, or the ROVC, which is the robotic valve controller. And then the third option is the traditional hydraulic control. And for material, we have the E and the HA trim, and also designed for 25 years of service life. So all of these are benefits which comes from flexibility in product and the modularity that is built into Subsea 2.0. In this next slide, I'm just going to cycle through an illustration of how the modular build of Subsea 2.0 products offers us lots of benefits, offers the operator lots of benefits in terms of selection, product selection, and project execution. So we see here the core module for the subsea Christmas tree. This can be the horizontal Christmas tree, and next we have the vertical with the tubing head. This being the tubing head, which we house the tubing hanger for this type of completion. And then we have the in the wellhead completion. This is for the core module. And then for the analyst module, we have the minimum function. These are opportunities, or if you like, options for customers to choose from. So the fact that the Subsea 2.0 is contractor-led doesn't mean that we have gone ahead to take a lead without considering operators' need. No, we have left a lot of options and bandwidth for operator to make choices. And this is coming out of lots of years, century-old, over a century-old years of experience in the industry as a company, TechnipFMC. So we also have the analyst module with a second crossover. We have the opportunity to offer analyst module with gas lift and the service line. And then we have the option for the gas lift and service line with possibility for MEG injection. Now for the gas lift and service line, we have the full configuration without the 2-inch single phase flow meter. And then we also have the offer for full configuration with the 2-inch single phase flow meter. Now for the EHM, which is the electro-hydraulic control module, we have the module for minimal functionality. And then the next one is the one with the full functionality. Now for the injection on the production module, we have injection module with or without resident flow meter. We have the opportunity to also offer injection module with flow meter, the production module without flow meter, and lastly, production module with flow meter. So these are opportunities and the options for the client to make choices from, without literally tying down valuable time in engineering of customer-specific requirements.
Yeah, Mr. Jonathan, you will have like 10 minutes remaining, so that we'll have enough time to, discuss during the question and answer period. So think about that as you summarize and continue. Thank you.
That is noted. Thank you very much. And so taking advantage of the modularity and flexibility built into Subsea 2.0, we have come up with an optimized execution model, which basically looks like this. So if you look at the first time scale we have there, which is the legacy execution schedule, having engineering there, procurement, manufacturing, assembly, and test. For Subsea 2.0, leveraging on pre-engineered and pre-configured subsea products and systems, we have eliminated that time required for engineering. And at project award, we dive straight into procurement, manufacturing, assembly, and test. And again, I'd like to stress that this is a huge advantage for operator. This can be a game changer. This can be a go or no go decision point for operator. Now, moving over to subsea services, I'd like to stress that these benefits and advantages that we see with Subsea 2.0 doesn't just start and end with project being awarded and up to delivery time. No, it goes ahead. We continue to reap the benefits of Subsea 2.0 products across the value chain through the life of field support. And so for subsea services, I'd like to mention here again that the Nigerian base of Technical FMC is largely a subsea services hub, customer support, or if you like, life of field support hub. So this is basically, this is where we reap the benefits of Subsea 2.0. After the project is delivered, first oil is achieved, we continue to reap the compounding effect of the modularity and the flexibility that is built into Subsea 2.0. So we look at the global library of documentation, and because this is the Subsea 2.0 is standardized product, we have a global library of standardized documentation as well to support onshore and offshore activities. And so this can be a significant time savings for customers. And for facility and personnel, we also have developed standard Subsea 2.0 products, which minimize variability across sites and across projects. So personnel are developed, personnel competency are developed, and facility are proposed or suited for can be tree build activity or life of field support activity without need for often change because of changes in project type or prototypes. So we also see a huge benefit in the tooling strategy. In the past, we can have a case where products or projects are awarded and the installation tooling are specific, are bespoke to that project. And those installation toolings are only used during installation and perhaps used again during, if we have need in the future to add more trees into the mix or into the pool, or you have need to decommission a tree. But the time between that installation and when you perhaps will have that opportunity in the future, these toolings are basically sitting in the yard doing nothing. And that is a huge cost to the operator that is not very beneficial. So with standardized products, we also have standardized tooling. And we can have a tooling strategy that basically have a regional aligned tooling needs, a tooling strategy that localize tool pool in a region, in a certain site in the region that be able to service other sites within that region. For example, if we look at operational needs within the Gulf of Mexico where we're operating, we can say, oh, okay, let us locate a tool pool in Nigeria with the capability to support customers across the region in Ghana, Ivory Coast, Angola, Gabon, and the other regions within the Gulf of Guinea. So this comes down to lower cost to the operator. And lastly, we have the ability to locally and remotely support our operators and install base, leveraging on digital activities. And so as the country begin to offer solutions that addresses the issues we have in the industry, as a technology company, we have also begin to offer solutions that addresses the technological barriers and bottlenecks to make subsea project delivery attractive. And I think that this very well complements the federal government's efforts just now as we begin to see them offer directives and incentives to operators. This is our technology response to that solution, and I hope this brings lots of value to the operator and to us as a people and to Nigeria as a nation. This brings us to the end of my presentation, and I'd like to welcome question and answer. Over to the moderator.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Jonathan, for that very, very interesting and well-delivered presentation. And I hope I'm able to untie the laces of your shoes in terms of being able to give a brief summary of what you have delivered to us this evening. We'll go into the questions very soon, but I would like to remind us again that in the last 25 to 30 minutes, we've been listening to the topic navigating the challenges of subsea project economics and execution in Nigeria with the Technip FMC Subsea 2.0 and CTO philosophy. Surely, for us, most of us are engineers, though not all of us, but for everyone who is either an engineer or an economist, we are well conversant with the Pareto optimality propounded by the Italian engineer Vilfredo Pareto, where he talked about the dilemma between design and economics. Of course, for the management of our companies where we all work individually, or even in our own private business, we want to apply 20% of the efforts and achieve 80% of the results. So you always have that dilemma of resource reallocation between your design and economics. So most of the times we want to put 20% in the design and reap the benefits on the 80% of the economics. So for that, Mr. Jonathan started by giving us a general overview of the oil and gas industry and tries to tell us how every economic situation tends to affect the oil and gas industry. From the post-2014 issue, the COVID, the Russia-Ukraine war. So the objective for the operators is that we want to stay afloat and continue to produce oil economically and profitably. So, and that comes the concept of the Subsea 2.0 and CTO philosophy. Of course, CTO is configured to order. So with this technology, we are able to reduce the long cycle time for project execution by improving the efficiency and then reducing some of the challenges. And with that, we're able to bring in our own solution as engineers to the two-pronged issues that have led to low investment in the subsea sector. Of course, the national challenges are there, and then the technical challenges are there as well, like he mentioned. But because we cannot do much on the national challenges, even if we try to lobby the government through different organizations, the OPTS, the SP, but where we are is in the technical domain, and that is the solution we can offer. So, of course, the Subsea 2.0 that was delivered today brings in the solutions to help us achieve that. So some of the benefits of this product is the configurability of it. It's a configurable product platform that allows to execute our models and processes. So it's also removed the nice-to-haves and operates on the lean system of delivery. So what that means is that we'll have a shorter cycle time and definitely a faster delivery time. You know, I was waiting for Mr. Jonathan to talk about the lower cost, even though he delayed it towards the very end, because that's what everybody would like to hear. But definitely, it also offers the lower cost. So, and to achieve that, the configurability of that platform allows to eliminate pre-engineering, which is one of the things that can increase the lifetime of a project cycle. And the flexibility in the products is what allows for that pre-engineering elimination. And definitely it shortens the break-even time and reduces our capital expenditure. Now, the Subsea 2.0 also offers about 3 models in the subsea domain, where you have the Subsea tree, the Subsea controls, and the Subsea manifold, which he took his time to illustrate some configurability illustrations that he did with respect to the wellhead, vertical and horizontal annulus, models, gas lift, service lines, and of course the electro-hydraulic control models. So he demonstrated that with very elaborate configurability illustrations. And at the end of the day, the operationalization of this product allows for optimized execution. So with this product, how we're able to have this optimized execution, the benefits coming from the global library and standardization, the facility and personnel readiness, the global tooling strategy, which of course helps in the reduction of costs, and definitely to maintain the current life of the field. So what we have listened this evening to, it's a product that allow us as engineers, as people on the technical side to meet at least a great percentage of the technical challenges of subsea project investment, while we wait and continue to hope that the challenges coming from the national side are also well taken care of. And at the end of the day, the two-pronged challenges that has hindered subsea investments in Nigeria, we are on our way to tackling it, especially from the technical perspective. And that's my summary of the presentation of this evening. I hope I was able to do justice to that very wonderful presentation. So once again, Mr. Jonathan, thank you for coming around. And we progress to the next stages where we get the audience engagement. And I hope you're able to give us the answers to the questions that are coming along. So the first question from this platform is from Ejiro Gene Omiunu. So his question is, how does the Subsea 2.0 TM or registered trademark and CTO help reduce our carbon footprint? Of course, these days, whenever we talk about anything, we want to talk about sustainability. So how do we achieve carbon footprint reduction in subsea projects in Nigeria compared to other generations of subsea technology? So I'll give you two questions. You will answer two, so two at a time. So that's the first one. The second one I will give to you. It's what is the use of the MEG in the Subsea 2.0? So technically what the person is asking is what are the implications with the change from methanol to MEG, and which one is more environmentally friendly? So these two questions relates to climate change, relates to sustainability, relates to the environment. So you can go ahead and give us the answer. That second question is from Covenant Toriako. So go ahead, Mr. Jonathan.
All right. So for the first one, it is very, very straightforward. The reduction in the footprint of Subsea 2.0 products in comparison with the earlier generations directly speaks to carbon footprint reduction. We have reduced part count as well, which can also directly correspond to reduction in carbon emission. One of the key things is vessel time. So let's look at a product that has reduced vessel time. What that would mean is a direct correlation as well. I mean, you have a product that would normally take, say, an upward of 2 days to install. But now, because this product is smarter, lighter, you need maybe a day or less to install it. That directly corresponds to how much carbon is emitted to the atmosphere. And now, also looking at the manufacturing process, you discover that this product is standardized. And so, as touching manufacturing, you are not setting up manufacturing jigs every now and then to manufacture this product. And then you have the next project awarded by a new client with different specification, different form, fit, and function. No, you are these products are standardized. The production strategy is the same. The manufacturing is leaned out. And so this directly corresponds to reduction in footprint. This is compliant with our ESG goals. So moving over to the second question, which is what is the function of MEG and Subsea tree? It may not necessarily be that the Subsea tree needs it. It's for the reservoirs, for the production fluid. It is for hydrate remediation. So it's not that the tree needs it, but it's passed through the tree to ensure flow assurance, which is more MEG and methanol. Hold on 1 minute. For chemical engineers in the team, I'm sure, let me see. I think it should essentially mean the same thing. So, Covenant, please like I said, it is used for subsea, flow assurance purposes. It is not necessarily needed by the tree. It is passed through. All right. It's also MEG is methanol essentially.
Okay. So I think the people who asked the questions are satisfied. You've talked about a lot on standardization, even when you talked about the global library. So there's a question on standardization. I will help the question a little. The question says, how does Subsea 2.0 comply with standardization of subsea trees and manifold? I feel that this person is asking this question with respect to international standardization like API-RP 17P, API-RP 17Q. So how does Subsea 2.0, your own standardization, ties into the API recommended practice standardization with respect to subsea trees and manifolds? So that's that question. So you hold it there, and I'll take the next one so that you answer two at a time. Ejiro Gene asked the question again. I was keeping for now and get another one until we can come back to you, Ejiro Gene, because we've answered one of your questions. So the second question will be, with all the changes that Technip FMC have effected in Subsea 2.0, this one person is asking for practicality. How has it improved on the OPEC quota so far? Has it increased our OPEC quota in any way? So you may go ahead and answer that question.
Okay, thank you very much. How do I come with that now? The technology solution alone cannot solve that problem. We have our bespoke issues responsible for our inability to meet the OPEC quota. So it has to be a two-pronged approach, like I mentioned in the presentation, where we combine the technology solution with what the federal government is doing just now. Very commendable efforts at that to make Nigeria attractive to oil and gas investor. And of course, if the hole still exists, if the pipeline vandalism still exists, then we still run into problems. So the nation has to do what the country has to do what it has to do. And on the technology side is just what we have done. That alone cannot solve the problem. So maybe to wrap it up, we just need to be able to produce oil faster, quicker. Then we normally, than the legacy product execution subsea project execution strategy to be able to ramp up our production.
Okay, the question on standardization.
Okay, yes. So like I mentioned, our products are compliant with the relevant industry standards. These are not necessarily new products. This is reconfiguration, repurposing of products, and still based upon field-proven technologies. So, for example, we have the tree products are compliant with API 6A and API 17D, and the manifold products are compliant with API 17P, and the control system is compliant with API 17F. So this is we play by the industry regulations. None of our product is outside of the industry specification. I don't know if that answers that question.
I think it does.
I hope.
I think it does. Okay, so my objective is that in the next 4 minutes, we should round up this part of the meeting today so that we can use the remaining 15 minutes for the other items and close exactly by 7 p.m. or earlier than that. So I'll just take 2 more questions. Dr. Ndubisi Okereke is asking about subsea separation technology. Of course, you talked about the subsea tree, the controls, the manifold. So his question is, what is your technology doing with respect to subsea separation? Why is it not commonplace for deep offshore projects in Nigeria. So that's it. So hold on that, and I ask what is probably the last question. Somebody asked about crude theft, but I will not take that question because it's an investment question. Like, why, if we know that we have crude theft and vandalization elsewhere, why are we not investing all our oil and gas investment in subsea where there's no crude theft? Of course, the answer is very clear. It's project economics. It's financing. That will be for that. So I get in last question. What are the key lessons from the past subsea projects? Of course, this could have also been my questions. Have you have you applied practically this subsea 2.0 in Nigeria or some other places? And what were the takeaways? So I think that should be the wrap for the questions. So go ahead.
All right. So I will start with the first question, talking about subsea processing. So projects, I mean, the products that you propose for projects are there to address specific challenges and needs. So in situations where you have the need for subsea pumping, or when you have need for pumping, then you can begin to determine whether you want to apply subsea pumping or other means of oil recovery. I do not think that we have such a problem where we need to pressure assist, pump our products, which means that our reservoirs are high pressured. So they do not require that level of assistance. And of course, that is an expensive technology. If that is what the customer needs, we as a technology provider, we have the technology. We have offered this technology in Angola and in Norway and several other regions. So we will not upfront it. But if it's what is going to address the challenges of the project, by all means we will propose it. But if it is not, then there is no need for it. It's like you want to go from Trans Amadi to maybe Government House, and you want to buy a Ferrari for that. Maybe that's not what you need. Maybe you just need a Toyota or a Picanto. So, I mean, I think that's the case with the subsea processing issue. And then the last question, examples of where we have used this subsea 2.0 and where we have seen a benefit. I would say that across the globe, we have used this product in different areas, in Brazil, in the Gulf of Mexico, in Australia, in APAC, that's Asia Pacific. But in Nigeria, we haven't exactly executed any project that is subsea 2.0 based, even though we're just now in the threshold of doing that. We're just now in the threshold of doing that. So in the regions and the sites where we have executed these projects, of course, these benefits are not theoretical. They are alive. They are practical, and they speak for themselves. I hope this has addressed these two questions.
It has. Yes, and so ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to bring to a wrap the technical presentation aspect of our monthly MTN for May. Once again, on behalf of the board of Section 103 and the section chairperson, I thank you for the opportunity to moderate this session, and our wonderful presenter for delivering a very thought-provoking and insightful presentation this evening, and for gallantly taking our questions. It has been an interesting session. At the peak of our attendance, we're up to 68 people, and we are still about 62 people in there. So I just want you to hang in there for the next 15 minutes, and that will be a wrap. So thank you once again, Mr. Jonathan, and back to you, Simeon, and your team.
Thank you very much, Moses, once again, and thank you to our presenter. Thanks for also sponsoring this month's technical meeting. And I'd like to give you the benefit of dropping your contacts or how, if someone wants to buy this product, you missed the business part of things, which is very important. So please use the chat box. If we had more time, we would have entertained the sponsors remark session. I'm not sure that was planned, but we could take advantage of the chat box. If someone wants to buy this product, how is it going to go about it? If they've got further clarifying questions to be able to farm into this opportunity. Fantastic discussion. I listened keenly. Even as a subsurface guy, I picked quite a lot of things and it was helpful. So please do advertise a bit more on your product, your sales, and how people on this call could reach out to you in case they are interested or know someone that's interested. And thanks very much, moderator, for leading the conversation. Your summary brought it clearer and home the more to me. Thank you. We switch gears to the rest of the program. I think it's best we take a group photograph now because traditionally the presenter might want to take a bow, though we do encourage you to stay back. But to keep the right memories of what happened. Can we all, Simeon, could you please lead this session? Let's take a group photo to document and keep a library of what had happened this day. Thank you very much. Simeon?
Okay, so let's turn on our video. Okay, thank you for those. Let's turn on their video. If we can have more, the more the merrier.
All right, Simeon, thank you very much.
2 seconds more. Just hold his mind. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Okay, let's go.
Thank you. Let's go back to the program. And we do appreciate this. It was very good.
Okay. Next is presentation of certificate.
Indeed. I'm not quite sure if the session chair is a lot stable now. Otherwise, I'll beckon on the program's chair, the person of Sir Pedro Abie, to do justice to present this certificate to the moderator and the presenter. Sir Pedro, please.
Okay, good evening. Our technical director, on behalf of the section chair, I'd like to say a big thank you to Jonathan for coming out to share this knowledge with this Society of Petroleum Engineers community. Even as we are closing, I know it was so interesting. At a point, I counted 65 persons, and people are still coming in. I haven't done this for the society. In giving, you receive. We therefore actively present you this certificate of appreciation. I hope when we invite you again, you will come again. Thank you very much once more.
Thank you very much. Gladly received.
Sir Pedro, still on the mic, please.
I'm here.
No, please carry on with the next.
Okay. Our Moses is our own, and so I don't know if he's obliged or we're obliged to give him this responsibility to do. However, I haven't done this. Moses, we want to say a big thank you on behalf of the section chair and the board for what you've done. I very much appreciate the simplicity of your rapport. So keep it up, and I hope you will go the next step to present the next time. So on behalf of the society, we present you this certificate of appreciation.
Thank you, Program Chair. Thank you, Section 103. My pleasure always.
Moses, you're on record. You have just committed. Thank you. Okay. So your certificates will be duly sent by the section chair, and then with some words of appreciation. Thank you. Okay, sponsors remark. Jonathan, do we have someone from your team that could just do this quickly? Anybody
Hello.
from?
Yeah, I will take that. My business development director was unable to join.
Okay, please
So
go ahead.
he had asked me to take this session as well.
Okay.
So introducing Technip FMC, we are a leading technology provider to the traditional and the new energy industries, delivering fully integrated projects, products, and services. We offer our technology in two broad segments. So we have the subsea and the surface industry. And in each of these sectors, we actually take a leading role in the industry. We also pride ourselves that we have, I mean, the core of our business. Excuse me, please. Excuse me. We also pride ourselves that we provide these services and products on the basis of 5 solid foundational beliefs, which is integrity, safety, quality, sustainability, and respect. And then we have we also have the core of our business as realizing possibility, achieving together, and building trust. We have been around in Nigeria since the 2000s. We first were in the surface business, and then around the year 2006, we had our first major subsea project in Nigeria. And since then, we have been serving our customers. We are located in Nigeria. We're located in Lagos as our headquarters. That's our headquarters for administrative purposes. And ONE is our service base where we service and operational base where we support our customers on their install base. We are also across the continent with our headquarters in London and in Houston. We also have presence in other parts of the world, operational bases in Norway, Brazil, Australia, Malaysia, and Singapore. So this is what we are. We're here to serve you as a customer, especially as we begin to see movement in the Nigerian oil and gas sector. We are positioned to do that and to do that profitably well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jonathan, once again. And this is also to remind our members of the audience that the Society of Petroleum Engineers Section 103 gives us all the opportunity to sponsor monthly technical meetings and some of our events just like this. Now we do you the honors to spotlight and also showcase your business. Thank you, Technip FMC, for being here with us. It's been a good one. The winners, Pauline, do you want to take this? We don't have a lot of time. Okay, I'd like to congratulate the winners of this SP Port Harcourt Monthly Industry Quiz. So it's part of what we had rolled out from the beginning of this administration to keep people energized and entertained. Do we have Oluwole Daniel on the call? Emmanuel Fred. Oluwole is from OAU. Emmanuel Fred is from University of Uyo. And the winner, the first position, is Ikobi Kenneth from Rivers State University. Do we have any of them on the call? Okay, congratulations to the amiable winners. Please do keep it up, and we hope that someday you'll answer questions that will take you places. Congratulations, and your gift will be duly sent to you. I'd like to invite the chair of the membership. We don't need to switch slides, Simeon. We are out of time, so please just speak to the high notes and remain on the chat for the rest of the conversation. So do we have Engineer Dumene on the call or a representative? We don't have anybody from the membership chair here. Okay. So as you must have noticed, we've been using the word SPE, Society of Petroleum Engineers. That's who we are. And we operate within the confines of the rules of the SPE and the country we find ourselves, in this case, Nigeria. We are open to industry experts, both people in the core discipline of engineering and people, in not so core. And we welcome people in other industries like finance, because we know that our business cuts across. You heard Jonathan talk about economics a lot of time, design, there's a lot of arms into what we do as a business. And to reach us to be a member, you can contact any of the persons you see on the screen now. Take a screen grab quickly. You can also chat any member you see here on the chat on this Zoom call. You can also leverage on our social media to see our events and be part of SPE. And we promise that you will not regret being a member of the society. And these are some of the things we do to keep it going. We also do non-technical activities, and we visit people to make them happy. All right. So I'll leave that for the. So do we have the closing remark, or do we take the national anthem again before the closing remark, Simeon?
Okay, let's take the closing remark so we close from there.
Thank you.
First, I want to say a big thank you to the technical chair, Dr. Jude, for your great performance coordinating the event. Many thanks to Jonathan, who has come to share this technology of Technic FMC with us. Moses, I will not fail to thank you. But I think the greatest people we have here today are those who have found time to come and learn so that our industry can continue to grow. Some of the things we learn are not necessarily in your field, but I'm sure you find a way to implement the ideas in your job. So if you understand that, you will not miss any opportunity to learn. So I do appreciate all of you who have taken time to come and learn so that our industry can continue to evolve. On that note, I will say we can bring this session to a close, barring any other activity that we need to carry on. Thank you, everyone, once more.
And thank you, Programs Chair, for standing in for the section chair and for your warm closing remarks. Simeon, let's take the final closing formalities.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land, though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace or battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hang on to our children
Once again, and so with peace and plenty, may Nigeria be blessed. I wish you all a good evening, a restful weekend until we come your way, same time, same station next month. God willing. Good night and bye for now. Thank you.